All right, so today on the Fixit Shed, I have 3 Earthwise garden shredders. So this one is the one that I've owned for a couple of years, and I use it quite a bit. You know, I've replaced the switch, I've replaced the thermal breaker, but it keeps chugging along and seems to be working pretty well. So these two I just purchased for $10 total, and they are in various states of not working. So this one was the original one that the gentleman bought, and within the warranty period, it stopped working. So he called up the company, and rather than having it sent in to be repaired, they just sent him a new one. And then he used this one for a while until the blades needed to be changed. And then he was having a hard time and took it apart quite a bit. So this needs to have the blades put in and be put back together. This one we want to check out and see if we can figure out why it stopped working. To start off with, let's just plug this in. And see what it does, if anything. Well, that seems to be all right. Doesn't seem to be any problem with that to me. All right, so what happened here? So I suspect that there was a thermal shutdown. So this is a thermal breaker next to your power switch. So if something gets jammed in there and the system heats up, this thermal breaker will trip so that it doesn't damage the motor or melt any wires or anything internal to this. But you do have to wait sometimes a while, sometimes a half an hour, maybe more, until things cool down and you then can reset this breaker. So I'm guessing maybe he didn't do that. Maybe he didn't wait long enough. You know, because if it overheats and you just press this right away, it doesn't reset. So maybe he felt that at that point it was broken. At any rate, we're going to move on and check out the one that needs the blades replaced. All right, so this is the other one, and you know, lots of pieces in here that he took apart, attempting to remove the blades. So he did kind of keep things organized. So that's what this piece had fallen out and fallen into the bin. So there's the manual for it. So let's see. If I unscrew this. There we go. Yeah, he took everything out of here. So I believe this probably goes in first. That, because I think he left that in there and then that fell out when I was transporting it. All right, so these are the 2 wrenches that come with it. Let's see. This one is too small. This was not the right size. All right, but let's see. Let's see if we can turn this. Yeah, this doesn't seem like it wants to turn very well. So I do have a little bit larger. This is a 1/4 inch. I believe this is 6 millimeters. So this is 1/4. And I filed it down just a little bit because it was a little bit big. But this is just an old one that I had lying around, so not too worried about it being the wrong size now. So when you order new blades for this, it does come with new Allen head bolts or whatever. So you know, these will get replaced if you buy new ones. Let's see. It doesn't seem like that one really wants to go either. Try and get in a little bit deeper. It had a good bite on it. No. Boom. There, that one went. I got that one. All right. So these blades are double-sided. So, yeah. They're sharp on the other side, so they just need to be turned around at this point. So I'm going to take this all the way out. I think it moved. I think it went. Yep. All right, so now we just need to flip these around. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but that edge is really beat up. I don't know. I think he said that there was some rocks and stuff that got in there, so yeah, that definitely needed to be flipped over. The other side looks pretty sharp yet, so we're just going to flip it over. All right, so let's. That's the beat up edge, so we're going to put them in this way. Seem to be all right. I was worried that these were chewed up, but they seem to be. Should be able to tighten them sufficiently. I don't know if they use like an impact gun or something to put these in at the factory, but the first time removing them is always exceptionally difficult. And this is the dull side. Now we need the other screw. Hopefully it's in this bag. Yeah. So that one he was able to get out. That one looks in pretty good shape yet. So if you do buy a new set of blades, you know, a lot of them come with new screws so that you could replace them if they get too boogered up. So, all right, so now how does this go back together? I'm guessing it fits in there like that. That looks pretty good. Right, this washer fits on here. You might be able to see this disc is somewhat domed. You know, it's got a little bit of a bevel to it. And when you place it on the disc, right, you want to make sure that it's kind of domed up, right? You don't want to place it so that it's like this way, right? So if you put it this way, and when you tighten the screw down, that dome is actually going to help it act like a spring and hold pressure down on the disc better. There's a bolt that comes up through that has a hole for a screw, and this nut will go on, and then this cap goes over the nut. And this screw will hold that in place. All right, let's put it back together. All right, when you're assembling this, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but you see this cutout. It has kind of a T shape. So there it goes that way and that way. And you can put one of the wrenches in there, and that'll hold it when you're either tightening this nut or trying to tighten and loosen the blade screws. So that'll help hold it in place so it doesn't spin while you're turning either the nut or these Allen screws. All right, so step one, put this piece on, and that should just find a spot and slip down. Okay. There. Now the disc is on. So, the washer. All right, then we can put this nut on, and that is 19 millimeters. Yeah. All right, actually what I'm going to do next is I am going to put the plate on the front of this. All right, and there are just 8 Phillips screws that hold that in. Could use a little bit shorter of a Phillips. All right, those are in. Now, I'm gonna utilize this hole down here in the wrench to keep this from turning. Oh, go the other way. So I can tighten it. All right, that's good and tight. Okay, and lastly, this cap fits in there, and the screw. Okay. All right, that's all back together. All right, that one also seems to be working just fine now. All right, so now I've got 2 Earthwise garden shredders that are working, and I'm probably going to end up putting them up on Facebook Marketplace. So if you enjoyed this video or got something out of it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to help this channel out, please consider subscribing or becoming a member by clicking the join button below. Thanks for watching. Take care.